Last year, Lil Durk was locked up for allegedly setting up Quando Rondo, which led to the death of Quando's cousin. Now Durk is behind bars waiting for his trial. But recently, someone from inside the jail spoke out, and what they're saying gives us a whole new look at what Durk's really been going through behind bars.
And I'm feeling good, just taking a day at a time, just chilling and...
That whole just chilling vibe? Yeah, not exactly. According to reports, Durk has been breaking all kinds of rules behind bars. In this video, we're diving into what's really been going on since Durk got locked up, and how it could make his legal situation even worse. Let's get into Lil Durk's life behind bars. Most of y'all already know that Durk was picked up by the feds in late October 2024 down in Florida. Charges are serious. He's facing murder-for-hire accusations tied to a hit on Quando Rondo. That hit ended up killing Rondo's cousin, Savia Robinson, also known as LOL Pab, back in 2022. The indictment is heavy. It includes conspiracy to commit murder for hire, using interstate communication to plan the hit, and of course, gun charges. Stuff the feds always stack on top. If you've been following the Chicago drill scene, this case looks like it's connected to the long-running beef that started after King Von was killed in 2020. Von was Durk's right-hand man in the OTF, only the family crew. He was shot during a fight with Quando Rondo's team. A lot of people think Durk's current legal problems are all part of some kind of payback for what happened to Von. It's a messy situation full of street politics, loyalty, and consequences. Now, Durk's sitting in the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Los Angeles, waiting for a trial that got pushed back to October 2025. What's really going on with Smirk behind those walls? Some jail calls have popped up online and given us a little insight. In November 2024, just a couple weeks after he got locked up, one of Durk's homies shared a jail call on Instagram. On the call, Durk made it clear he's not in PC, protective custody, shutting down the rumors that he was hiding from the general population.
Man, what? The PC?
This is big because in jail politics, being in PC, protective custody, can get you labeled as soft, or even a snitch. But Durk made it clear he's in general population, and actually getting a lot of respect from other inmates. That shows he's still holding weight, even behind bars. And in March 2025, another jail call hit the internet, this time between Lil Durk and Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. During the call, Durk kept it real about his situation, saying he was holding it together despite everything. Interesting is how he said he passes the time by telling other inmates about his travels and life experiences. It shows he's keeping his spirits up and using his past as a successful rapper to bond with people inside who've never seen that kind of life. These calls paint a picture of someone who, despite facing charges that could land him in prison for life, is adapting to his surroundings and staying strong. When he first got locked up in Miami, people described him as charming and easy to get along with, both with the COs, correctional officers, and other inmates. That tells you he's navigating this situation with finesse and resilience. But it hasn't all been smooth. Word is Durk's broken a few rules inside, making three-way calls even after being told not to. Prosecutors used this against him when arguing against his bond, saying if he can't follow rules in jail, how can they trust him out on bond? These rule violations suggest that Durk is still trying to stay connected to the outside world, especially to his family and team, even though he's under tight federal restrictions. As for the place where he's locked up, MDC Los Angeles, it's not your typical jail. Instead of regular cells, inmates stay in rooms with wooden doors and windows. Some parts even look more like an office building than a prison facility. Programs like GED classes, drug treatment, medical care, and religious services. Don't get it twisted. It's still a federal detention center with strict rules, especially for high-profile inmates like Durk. There have also been safety concerns. At least 4 guards at MDC were indicted for smuggling and contraband, which could make things even more dangerous or unpredictable inside. Even though he's locked up, Durk has managed to keep some presence outside. On November 1st, 2024, Taro dropped a track called Where Smirk Go, which allegedly features a recorded phone call from Durk in jail. In the call, he shows love to his crew saying, "Hypno Caro, my motherfin brother from another forever legend, OTF. I take your Finn streets over. You know what time it is. Rest in peace." But some fans weren't so sure. They questioned if the audio was real or if it was AI generated. Then on March 28th, 2025, Durk dropped a new album called Deep Thoughts. It gives a deeper look into how he's feeling while locked up. The album features artists like Future, Lil Baby, Punk Show, and Jhené Aiko. Tracks like Soul Bleed touch on his current reality, with lyrics about jail calls and strained relationships. One line goes, "I've been slacking lately, I've been putting them before my team. 10 toes. Ask the county how many times my phone rings. Another track, Shaking While I Pray, gets even more personal with lyrics like, I had to slow down off that drink. I was in Cleveland Clinic. I almost met God for the week. Even the album cover was changed to show Durk inside a graffiti-covered jail cell, reflecting what he's going through right now. Besides the murder-for-hire charges connected to the 2022 shooting, prosecutors revealed even more during a hearing in December 2024. They hinted that Durk might be tied to another killing in Chicago. Then in February 2025, Andrea Robinson, mother of Saviel Robinson, aka Lil Pab, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Durk, which only made his legal situation worse. Still, despite everything going on, Durk seems to be staying close to his family and the streets. His 11-year-old son, Zayden Banks, even posted on IG defending his dad after the arrest. But let's be real. There's no easy way to defend what Durk's caught up in. This whole situation didn't just happen out of nowhere. It's the result of years of bad choices, reckless moves, and straight-up toxic behavior finally catching up to him. It all started when Durk launched the Only the Family, or the OTF label. From there, the bigger story began, one involving beef, loyalty, and painful lessons. Beef between OTF and NBA, Never Broke Again, isn't just rap drama for clout, it's deep, real consequences. And now it's pulled one of Chicago's biggest rap stars into a serious legal crisis. To really understand how Durk got here, you gotta go back to the start of this beef. It kicked off around 2019 with tension between King Von, signed to Durk's OTF, and NBA YoungBoy. What started as small jabs in lyrics turned personal when King Von allegedly started dating YoungBoy's ex, Jania Meshel. That move poured gas on the fire. Then came the turning point. On November 6, 2020, King Von was shot and killed outside a club in Atlanta during a fight involving Quando Rondo's crew. That tragedy changed everything. What was once just a rap beef turned into real street warfare, with grief and bloodshed at the center. For Durk, Von wasn't just an artist, he was family. That loss hit hard and only fueled the tension. By 2022, things had turned into a full-blown diss war. Durk dropped Ha, firing shots at YoungBoy. Then YoungBoy clapped back with I Hate. YoungBoy dissing Durk, his girl India Royale, and even other rappers like Gucci Mane. These weren't just songs, they were personal attacks. Then came the event that led to Durk's current arrest. In August 2022, a shooting outside a gas station in LA left Saviel Robinson, Quando Rondo's cousin, dead. The feds later claimed it was a revenge hit, planned by OTF members, including Durk, as payback for King Von's death, the foundation of the murder-for-hire case that got Durk arrested in October 2024. This cycle of violence, rap beefs turning into real-life tragedies, nothing new. We've seen it before, like the East Coast versus West Coast beef in the 90s that led to the deaths of Tupac and Biggie. What makes this case hit even harder is that people were trying to stop it. One of those voices was Wallow267, podcaster and activist. After King Von's death, he gave a powerful message to Durk and his crew in Chicago. He begged them not to go down the revenge path, sharing his own life experiences and trying to stop another tragedy before it happened. That moment has since gone viral again, especially now with Durk locked up.
You went viral when you broke into tears telling Lil Durk not to retaliate in King Von's death.
You know, it was so emotional because Durk, he said, I need you to come here, right? He said, we could do it in Miami, whatever, but I need you to come here because I need you to talk to these. That's what he told me. He said, I need you to talk to him, Wallow. I need you to talk to him. I said, all right, I got him. And when I get there, I didn't know it was gonna be that many. It was like 100 of them. We in the basement in Chicago. It's 100 of them.
And them niggas, they ready to ride?
Yeah, no, they just was there, you know.
Okay, they wanted to hear what you wanted to say.
No, it wasn't even that. They didn't even know why they was there. Durk is like, we gonna do it in the hood.
Okay.
I want you to holler at them, boom, boom,
okay.
boom. So I'm like, I got you. When I got there, I'm like, he like, man, listen, I need you to holler at him. It just so happened that when I'm talking to him, I understand, because I'm talking to a couple of them on the side, and I understand that nothing is more important in the ghetto than revenge. Revenge is king.
This powerful moment, Wallow267, breaks down the mindset that often drives cycles of violence in the hood, identifying revenge as king and the ego as the #1 killer of black men. He goes on to share his own story of forgiving his brothers. Killer emphasizing the importance of living for family rather than dying for ego.
It was emotional for me because I'm letting them know, the man that killed my brother, I forgave him. Am I a coward? Am I a punk? Well, I don't know what that shit mean, but I knew that forgiving him mean that I was willing to live for my brother in an environment where we celebrate dying for somebody. I said, no, I'm gonna live for my brother, my grandma, my brother, kids, my mama. I'm gonna live for them because don't nobody talk about it.
Wallow 267's message hit hard because it came from the heart. He wasn't just talking to Lil Durk, he was offering a way out of the cycle of revenge that's all too common in street life. His words were about breaking the pattern, choosing family and peace over violence and payback. But when the video of his plea resurfaced in February 2025, after Durk got arrested for allegedly trying to get revenge for King Von, it felt painfully ironic. It's like Durk ignored the very wisdom that could have saved him. Wallow's message wasn't just about one person, it was about a whole community. In a 2022 interview after Takeoff's death, Wallow spoke with real pain about black on black violence. He said, "If a black man kills me, you're going to hear my scream until life ends for everybody." His words were about more than fear. They were about a deep frustration with a cycle that keeps tearing people apart. This adds a powerful layer to Durk's story. He came up from the trenches in Chicago, made it to the top, and even won a Grammy. In February 2024 for All My Life with J. Cole. That was a career high. But just months later, he got locked up on charges that could end it all. It's a sad contrast. How someone can go from major success to facing life in prison, all because of street ties that never really got cut. Durk's case doesn't just hit him, it hits his family too. He's got 7 kids. His 11-year-old son, Zayden, even defended him publicly on IG, talking about his dad's work in the community and asking people not to judge him too fast. That shows how deep the emotional and financial toll is, not just for Durk, but for everyone who depends on him. There were signs that peace might have been possible. In September 2024, a video surfaced of Quando Rondo saying he was ready to squash the beef with Durk, even calling him a brother in faith. Rondo said, "I love a lot of brothers for the sake of Allah," showing a willingness to move on. But then, the next month, Durk got arrested for allegedly plotting against Rondo's people. That hope for peace disappeared fast. The media also plays a big part in all this. Some critics have called out how platforms hype up diss tracks for clicks and views without thinking about the real-world impact. DJs like DJ Dusky have even started pulling violent songs off the radio to stop things from getting worse. It raises real questions about how much responsibility the media has in promoting conflict. Looking at the bigger picture, Durk's case shines a light on deeper issues in urban communities. The cycle of violence, jail time, and revenge doesn't come out of nowhere. It's fueled by trauma, poverty, and a lack of real opportunities. That doesn't excuse crimes, but it helps explain how people end up making these choices. Wallow spoke on that too, about how hard it is to break the cycle, when the streets are all you've known, and the resources to escape are few and far between.
So it's deep. We tell these kids a lot of things. And all we do is criticize young black male every way possible. We criticize them as much as possible, but we don't bring no resources. You know how many people make money off of just criticizing us and talking down on not just us, it's black people. But they don't got no, okay, you criticizing us. You got all these gigantic platforms. What we doing is cool, Shannon, but they got huge media platforms where they just want to tear the people down in the black community, but they ain't coming up with no solution and they ain't bringing no fun.
This situation forces us to look deeper than just one person's actions. It shows how bigger systemic issues play a role in why these patterns keep repeating. If we really want to fix things, we need more than just punishment. We need real solutions that tackle the root causes, not just the symptoms. For Lil Durk's fans and the wider hip-hop community, his case is a serious wake-up call. These beefs aren't just about music or what's said on social media. They have real consequences. People dying, families being torn apart, and careers getting destroyed. The tragedy goes beyond just Durk. It includes the family of Savia Robinson and anyone else hurt by the violence that's come out of these feuds. As Durk waits for his trial in October 2025, his story is a powerful example of how fast life can change. One moment you're winning awards and getting the bag, and the next, you're facing charges that could take it all away. It shows how past choices can catch up with you, no matter how far you've come. For other artists in similar situations, Durk's story should be a warning. The cycle of revenge only leads to more pain. There are other ways to handle conflict, ways that don't lead to jail, death, or losing everything you've worked for. In one of the realest moments from his interviews, Wallow267 gave advice that feels like it was meant exactly for Durk and for anyone walking a similar path. His message was simple but powerful. Break the cycle, choose peace, and value your life and future over pride and payback.
You just rap some songs, right? I'm talking about you went in the studio, rap some songs. You got that publishing money. You got the, a bunch of money. It depends on how your deal structured. You got all that tour money. You got 10, 15 million in the bank. I think it's about time to start being a pussy, man. I think it's about time to start being a. I'm just being real because, I'm not the one designed and I'm not built like that to tell you some bullshit, Shannon, to say be.
This straight up advice goes against the idea that street cred should matter more than your freedom, success, or taking care of your family. It's a mindset that puts life and legacy above chasing clout or revenge. As we finish looking into Lil Durk's situation, we're left with a complicated story. One filled with talent, loyalty, beef, and serious consequences. Durk's journey shows how far music and hard work can take you, but it also shows how fast things can fall apart when street life and the law collide. It's a real reminder of how dangerous these conflicts can get and how important it is to break these toxic cycles. Right now, Durk is still locked up at MDC Los Angeles, but he's not alone. He's getting a lot of support from his girlfriend India and his close family, especially the women who have stuck by him through the drama. Since his arrest, India has been showing love in public. On her 30th birthday, March 9th, 2025, she posted, "I miss my man, there's no one like him." That post showed how much she's missing him, especially during moments they'd usually spend together. But she's not just posting on social media. India actually pulled up in person to support him outside the Miami courthouse during his hearing on October 29th, 2024. That kind of presence speaks volumes, especially with Durk facing charges that could land him in prison for life. Her loyalty got people online talking. Some are asking if she'll stick around if Durk gets convicted. Others are saying she knew what came with being with someone like Durk and the risks that come with that lifestyle. But no matter what people say, India keeps showing up and proving she's still holding it down. In early March 2025, she posted a black and white Instagram story of her and Durk laughing together, with Lauryn Hill's "Nothing Even Matters" playing in the background. The post hit home for a lot of people. One comment even said, "She miss her man, leave her alone." Another strong supporter is Durk's mom. She hasn't said much online, but her actions say everything. During a hearing on December 12th, 2024, she was seen crying as she and other family members shouted, "We love you," while Durk was being taken away. That moment showed just how deep the family love runs, even with all the legal drama surrounding him. Other women connected to Durk, like his baby mama Nicole Cavone, mother of Angelo and Bella, and the mothers of his other kids, haven't spoken out publicly about his situation. Right now, it's clear that India and his mom are the ones standing strong and being the most visible. Their support really stands out when you think about what Durk is facing. He's accused of being involved in a hit on Quando Rondo that ended in the death of Rondo's cousin, Savaya Lul Pab Robinson, back in August 2022. Prosecutors say Durk helped organize the whole thing, including paying for flights and travel for the hit squad from Chicago to California, allegedly flying private himself. If he's found guilty, he could be facing life in prison. That's what makes the support from India Royale and his mother so powerful. Even with all these serious charges, they're staying loyal. They're standing 10 toes down during what might be the hardest chapter of his life. Their love isn't about Durk the rapper, it's about Durk the person, and that kind of loyalty hits different. That love doesn't stop with just Durk's family. His fan base is standing strong too. The hashtag #FreeSmirk is everywhere on social media, showing up under posts about his music and legal updates. A lot of fans are really in their feelings about how being locked up is stopping Durk from enjoying his success. One person wrote, "He was at the top, Grammy winner, and now locked up in some Fed cage. Free smirk." This kind of energy shows that Durk's got a whole community backing him up, not just at home but out in the world. But let's be real, not everyone's feeling sorry for him. Some critics think Durk is just facing the results of his own choices, especially considering how rich and successful he already was. One person said, he had millions. Why risk it all for street stuff? Now he's in Fed lockup, no sympathy. That split in opinion really shows how people are interpreting Durk's actions differently. Some see him as a victim of the system, others feel like he made his bed. Durk's relationship with India Royale has also been getting a lot of attention since his arrest. They've had public breakups and makeups. India confirmed they broke up in 2022, but they were seen back together not long after. Their relationship has always been part of Durk's public image. Back in 2021, he even proposed to her live during a concert, showing a softer side that's a big contrast to the usual drill rapper vibe. What makes their bond stand out is how often Durk has talked about India in his music, always showing love and loyalty. Because of that, fans see her not just as his girlfriend, but as someone who brings stability to his life. Her continued support, while Durk is behind bars, only builds on that narrative. She's been showing the world that her connection to him is deeper than just the public image. For Durk's mom, this whole situation might feel like deja vu. She's seen her son go through legal trouble before. Back in 2019, Durk and King Von were both arrested for a non-lethal shooting in Atlanta. Durk made bail with a $250,000 bond and had the charges dropped in 2022. Even before that, he caught gun charges in 2014 but managed to avoid jail time. So for a mom who's watched her son face the system again and again, her support now hits even harder. She's seen this cycle before and she's still here for him. The women in Durk's life, especially India and his mom, are holding it down during this tough time. Their support isn't just about love or loyalty. It shows how deep this situation runs, touching on issues like justice, family, and how we view people beyond just their charges. While the media focuses on court dates and accusations, these women remind us that behind the headlines is a real person with people who still believe in him. Their voices add a personal, emotional layer to the story, one that challenges us to look past just the legal drama and remember the human side of things. And that wraps up this video. For more content like this, hit the cards on your screen and keep watching.